Hey, how are you doing? This is Victor speaking, and it's been some time, right? Today, we're going to talk about stress. And it's not that kind of stress that you're thinking about, like when you work a lot, or you have irritating people in your life, or when you work a lot and have irritating people in your life, then you get very stressed. That's not the kind of stress we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about word stress. Word stress refers to the strongest syllable in the word. So, for example, in the word grammar, the strongest syllable is gram, the first one. So you say grammar, right? You don't say grammar, you say grammar, right?
It's leviosa, not leviosa.
So the pronunciation of the stressed syllable, the strongest syllable, is very important. And that's what we're gonna talk about in this video. There are many words that if you change the stress, if you change the syllable that is the strongest in the word, you change also the meaning of that word. So I'm gonna give you some examples and you're gonna see how important it is to know how to pronounce words in English. So here goes a list, pay attention. Let's start with the word conflict. When you have a conflict, you have a problem. You have something that needs to be solved. And when you conflict a situation, that's a verb, that's an action. You are getting in conflict. You are conflicting someone or something. The word contest. Contest is like a championship to see who's the best, of something. But contest is to differ, to say that you disagree. When you contest something, you're telling that you disagree with that. Contrast. A contrast is when you have two different things and they are, for example, two extreme different political views, so they are a contrast. And when you contrast something is when you put two things that are different and analyze their differences. So you are contrasting, you are analyzing the differences. And a contrast is when you notice that there are these two different points of view. For example, this one is interesting. Import. An import is something that you bought from another country, maybe. So you bought an import. You bought something from a different country. And to import is to make the transaction is actually the action, the transaction of importing something. Also, people use this in computer science or computer related stuff when they wanna import some data from a place to the place that they are working. I don't know if you got me, but anyway, this is the difference between an import and to import. So if you're still here, I think you might be liking the video, so I'm gonna give you some time to like it right now. Thank you. And you can also subscribe. I think it would, thank you. Now, let's go on with the video. An insult is something that people told you that made you feel very bad. And to insult people is to do this action. So basically, we're coming to the conclusion here that the same word can be a noun, can be a thing, an emotion, or whatever it is, and also the action of causing that, but not always. Sometimes the meaning changes totally, and you're gonna see that through the examples here. One of the examples that this happens in a way is with the word present. So present, I am here, I am present. And also a present can be a gift from a holiday or from your beloved one. But anyway, to present is something totally different. To present is, for example, when you have a presentation at school or you have a presentation at the university and you have to present something. That's the difference. It's a big difference. This one is very simple. Protest. A protest, when you turn on the television, you can see many protests going on around the globe all the time. And the protesters, people who are protesting, they are the ones who are doing the action. So to protest is when you go against something and you make that verbal, I mean, you protest about something. This one is very interesting. It's record. A record is like something that someone has done that is amazing and nobody has done like them, and then so it's a record. Or also when you create records from meetings, or when you have a CD, that's a record. But if you record something, you are doing the action of making that something recorded. So record is a record, or a record, a CD, or whatever that is. Record is like a register of something, and to record is to do this action of making this a permanent record. This is interesting. Suspect. A suspect is a person who is a suspect in a crime, for example. And to suspect is to think that person can be a criminal. It's not difficult. It's actually very easy, very intuitive. I like this one. Address. Address is a word that many people don't know how to pronounce it, or they know that there are some pronunciations to that word, and they are address and address. And here is the difference. Address is where you live, or when they ask for where you work, so you give the address of the company. You give your home address. To address has many meanings, and one of them is talk to someone. When you're going to address someone and discuss something, you're gonna talk to this person. You do not have permission to address the president, so you do not have the rights to talk to the president or something like that. You also address a letter. For example, when you are writing the address, you are addressing a letter. And you can also address an email. That's very important for people who study business English. You address emails. You direct your emails to the right people, so you are addressing them. A good one now, object. Object, everybody knows this word, like an object. But to object this is one of the examples that we said before, that actually it changes totally the meaning of the word. So you see, an object is something, whatever. I mean, anything could be an object.
You can be an object.
And on the other hand, to object is to complain about something. It's to say that you have something to say about that, and you're going to object because you don't actually totally agree with the idea, so you object, okay? And the last one is the word, very famous one, project. When you have a project, you are probably working on this project, and you have many colleagues working in this project with you. And project, it's very simple, it's very common to hear this word every day. But the other pronunciation of it, changing the stress, is project. And project is something totally different. You project an image, for example, when you have a projector. So you project a movie. There are many ways of projecting things. Even if you throw something at someone, you're projecting. So this is it. Thank you so much for staying here with me until the end. So please like this video and subscribe. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye.